Should we do one together? What should we write?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
You've got the stand-in today, I'm afraid. So Maureen is away this week at a diocesan event where she's doing some training of people who are going to be lay ministers. So that's why she's not here today. I'm going to, first of all, do the notices, and then I'm going to introduce Sarah, who I think a lot of you have met on the door as you came in. She's going to be taking our service for us today. So, if we could go on to the notices. There are 3 regular things that are on this week. Of course, Tuesday morning, coffee and chat, as always. And then restarting this week, Tuesday afternoon is afternoon fellowship, 2:30 to 4. It's going to be a communion service this week. And then on Thursday, if you've got toddlers and little ones, or you know anybody with toddlers or little ones, then Little Hearts is restarting this Thursday morning. And we're back here on Sunday. Now, there are 2 special events that I want to draw your attention to. And that is on the 25th of September. The Bishop is coming here to do the confirmation service. Maureen's announced this a couple of times and said that if anybody has never been confirmed and would like to do that, there's a picture of the last time it happened. A few familiar faces up there getting confirmed back in 2019. Gosh, those heady days of 2019 before the pandemic. And if you would like to be confirmed, then please get in touch with Maureen. And then finally, she's planning to start something called Messy Church, which a lot of you know from the past of something that was done here before. This is sort of like an alternative type church that happens on a different day for families. And if that's the sort of thing that you think, yeah, I'd like to get involved with that, then again, please chat to Maureen about it. So Sarah, would you like to come up? So Sarah doesn't need me to introduce her, but she works for the diocese, don't you, Sarah?
I certainly do.
And what's your job exactly with the diocese?
I have a very long title. It's Principal for Wellbeing and Ministerial Development. But of course, nobody knows what that means. And so what you need to know is that I look after clergy wellbeing, and I also look after training for clergy and licensed lay ministers, which means there's quite a lot of people out there who I'm responsible for training and encouraging. But that's in a nutshell what I do. But the diocese loves long titles, and so that's my official designation, if you like.
Okay, well, you're very welcome here to take our service this morning, so thank you, and I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. Now, I hope as you came in, you were handed one of these tags. If anybody doesn't have a tag, can you put your hand up, and Kev will come and provide a tag and a pen and a piece of paper to you as well. And what I'd like you to do on this tag, if you haven't already, is to write something encouraging, not necessarily to anybody specific, because we're going to take them in and we're going to mix them up, unless you've written them to someone specific, and then we're going to have them on the door for you to take home at the end, and I hope all will become clear why. So I'm going to let Kev come round and sort that out, and if you haven't written on it, now is a good time to write on it. Today is Back to School Sunday. For some of you, it might not be back to school. It might be back to kindy or nursery, or it might be back to college, or it might be back to work. But there's a lot of times we go back to things, and it's new and it's different. Now, I have with me a couple of school bags. Let's have a look. Would anyone like to come and see what's in my school bag today? Nobody at all. Oh, you'd like to come? That's wonderful. Okay. What do you think we might find in this school bag?
Books.
Books? Right. Well, shall we have a look and see if there's a book?
Yeah.
Oh, there is a book. There's a workbook or a notebook. Brilliant. Anyone else want to have a guess what might be in the school bag? Pencils. Let me have a look. Pencil case, yeah, might be pencils, rubbers, rulers, all sorts of things. Anything else we might take to school or kindy? Lunch, I heard. Would you like to come and see if there's a lunchbox in here? Can you come and see if you can find a lunch? Oh, you want the musical instruments, okay. Oh, look, we've got a lunchbox, good call. A couple more things in here. Any final guesses? Water bottle, absolutely. For those going back to senior school, we've got a very posh maths set. And finally, I've got some sports kit. I don't know if you have to take your PE kit in, but we have to take PE kit in. So let's pack those up a second. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. In this bag, though, I thought, I wonder what God would put in a school bag or a bag for us to take to places. Shall we have a look? Oh, friendship. God might want us to have some good friends in wherever we're going to. The Lord is with you wherever you go. He is our number one friend, but he wants us to have friends too. What else might be in his bag?
Bible.
Could be a Bible. Fun. It's funny, we don't think of God as the most fun thing all the time, do we? But Jesus went to weddings, he went to parties, he enjoyed having fun with his friends. And God definitely wants us to have fun with each other as well. Give that, thank you. Appreciate all the assistance I'm getting this morning. Help. God is our ever-present help in times of trouble. Sometimes when we go back to school, we change class, there are new people, going to a new, Kev said he's going to a new job, I think. Is that right, Kev? Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it? You've got to get to know people. And so God is always there to help us when we need it. What else can God give us in our backpack? Kindness. God knows what we need, and he is always kind to us. What about if we need a bit of support? The Bible tells us to cast our worries and our concerns onto Jesus because he cares for us. And I've got one last thing in the bag that God might want to pack for us. A bit of adventure. Every day with God can be an adventure, seeing what he is going to do next in our lives. So I don't know what you're packing in your bag at the moment, whether it's very practical things, but have a think about what you're taking with you, more than just the practical things you need as you go back to school, to nursery, to kindy, to new jobs, to old jobs, or whatever you're planning to do this next week. Thank you so much for your help. So we're going to sing our first song, and I understand it's one the kids know really well, so I don't know if they want to come up and show some actions or whatever it is they normally do. It's Our God is a Great Big God. And during this song, I'm going to come round, and if you've done a general bag tag, if you've done one for someone specific, don't give it to me, give it to them. But if you've done a general bag tag, I'm going to come and collect them, and then we'll put them on the door for you to take one each as you leave. And these bag tags, they're for tying to your bag. And it's a reminder that the Lord is with you wherever you go, but also something special from someone in your church family. Shall we stand to sing? Oh, sorry, Sean. I'll give you a moment to get there. Caught him on the hop there. So I'm coming round to collect the tags. You got more? Oh, sorry. Just use the pencil. Oh, I'll bring you one over. Sorry, I'm nearly with you. Just, I do have a seat. I'm just getting one last piece of paper. Over here. Great stuff. Now, in my hands, I have a lovely group of encouragements from "You are amazing." Always look for the good in people. God time is the best. So there's lots of lovely encouragements there. And as you go today, please do pick one up and tie it to your bag or pop it in your pocket. And then you'll take a little bit of encouragement from your church family with you. Right. I want to read to you Psalm 139, which is an amazing Bible verse. And it talks about God knowing us. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You're familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in, behind and before. You lay your hand upon me. If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I am awake, I am still with you. So, when you wake up in the morning, who sees you? God does. When you go to sleep on a night, who sees you? He does. You know, you can travel to the ends of the earth, and we know from personal experience, myself and Anna, because we recently travelled all the way to New Zealand. Anna was born in New Zealand. We have a lot of New Zealand family. We haven't been able to see them for 3 years because of COVID, and we were very excited. But it took us 24 hours just flying, never mind the times in the airport, to get there. It is about as far away on this planet as you can go to get to anywhere, except maybe Antarctica, I'm not sure. But New Zealand is a very long way away. We might call it the ends of the earth. But even there, God was with us. He saw us. He knew us. We couldn't run away from him by 24 hours on an aeroplane. He was with us in New Zealand. And the interesting thing about God is that he loves us all the time. There is nothing you can do to make him love you more, and nothing you can do to make him love you less. You know, school can be quite tough. I don't know if you remember your school days, or some of you still in school. You have good days and bad days. Some days, everything seems to be going great. Other days, kids are mean, you're grumpy, things don't go as planned, your results weren't what you wanted them to be. But God loves us when we're doing well, and he loves us when we make mistakes. He doesn't look and say, wow, that person is just too mean to love. Even when we're mean, he loves us. He thinks we're precious, and he calls us his children. He doesn't care if we're top of the class or bottom of the class. He doesn't care if we're smart or if we really struggle to understand things. It doesn't matter. God is crazy about us, and he could not be more proud of us. He loves us anyway, just because we are his children, and he likes the way he made us. He loves hanging out with us. Now, if you're changing classes, if you are going into that new job, Kev, if you're going to somewhere that you haven't been before, God has already gone ahead of you to check that place out. You are not going on your own. When God sent Joshua into a place he'd never been before, he told him, "The Lord is with you wherever you go." It means what it says. The Lord is with you wherever you go. And that means you don't have to worry about any of the new starts you're doing, because God will be at your side wherever you go. Now, that's our memory verse for today. I don't know if you're used to memory verses, but that's where we try and learn something from the Bible. It's Joshua 1, verse 9. And I thought we'd all try saying it together, and then we're going to try singing it together, and you very helpfully popped it up on screen twice. That's because we're going to be singing that in a moment. But I wonder if we could say it together, and I wonder if some of the kids at the back would like to choose a type of voice that we would say this in. You might want to choose a mouse voice or a robot voice or a lion. I don't know any suggestions from you guys at the back, what voice you might like us to say this in together. Absolute silence. They're all like, "No, don't ask. Don't ask me." Anna, would you like to pick a voice for us to say this in? A whale voice. Who's seen Finding Nemo? Have we seen Finding Nemo? We know how whales sound. Okay, so we're going to try "The Lord is with you wherever you go" in whale. For those who are not familiar, I'm going to do my best here. The Lord is with... You get the idea, right. Let's try this together, team. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1, verse 9. Fantastic. Anyone else want to pick something maybe a fraction easier than whale? A normal voice. That's just too easy. Too easy. We need somewhere in between whale and normal. Dalek. Doctor Who fans in the house. Go on then. That's like, let me try this. Exterminate. The Lord is... Okay, right. 3, 2, 1. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1, verse 9. Nice. I like it. All right. I think maybe we will have a go singing it now to save me having to do any more voices. So shall we stand? And I understand you learnt this last week, so we'll have a go.
The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. Again. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. When you're awake, He is with you. When you're asleep, He is there. When you're at school, He is with you. When you're at home, He is there. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. When you're alone, He is with you. When you're with friends, He is there. When you're afraid, He is with you. When you feel good, He is there. The Lord is with you wherever you go. is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. Da 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 ba da 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 da.
Tribute to the Muppet Show there at the end. You know, we know that God is with us, don't we? But from time to time, we can act like he isn't, or we can get so busy that we don't really attend to his presence in our lives. But knowing he is watching over us from our alarm wake-up call to our sleeping, and even during our naps maybe, is hugely reassuring for me, and I hope also for you. When I got my first job as a vicar, it was in New Zealand, the other side of the sea, 12,000 miles from home. And yet the psalm that we heard spoke to me. Even if I settle on the far side of the sea, God is with me. And as I moved away from friends and family to pursue the calling I believed God had on my life, I knew I was going with God. And for anyone who's ever moved, started something new, tried something different, God is with you. God is with us. If life is a bit tough right now, or if it's going great, God is with us. He is there for the ups and, most importantly, for the downs. The one reliable presence in our lives who always lives up to all of his promises. What helps you remember God's presence? Is it a magnet on the fridge? Is it a post-it on your laptop? A call from a friend? A Sunday service? Well, we certainly hope so. Is it reading the Bible? Is it something you keep in your bag? Or do you need a reminder if you don't already have one? Well, you remember the bag tags we did in today. As you go, do pick one of those up and put it somewhere where you'll see it, and it will help remind you that God is here in the moment, in the ordinary everyday times of life, when you've got a job to do, when things have to get done, whether it's the washing up or whether the shopping or something bigger like going into a new class for the first time. It will help us remember that God is with us wherever we go. Well, we're going to think about our prayers now. And I know something that is most definitely not allowed at school, but we are allowed in church because I asked special permission, just in case you were the kind of church who frowned at things that weren't quite as it is. And I was told that paper aeroplanes are all right in this church. Yes, great. I was very relieved that you are a paper aeroplane kind of a church. So the way we're going to do our prayers today is that I would like you to think of somebody you know, maybe starting something new, or maybe they're traveling, or maybe they've got something going on in their lives, or maybe you would just like to write a prayer for someone who has some kind of need going on. And what I'd like you to do is to write it on your piece of paper, the lovely coloured piece of paper that you came in with. And then I would like you to make your prayer into a paper aeroplane. I'm sure some of you know how to make them. I'm sure some of you were making them when you were this high. And maybe you still remember. If you don't remember, I'm sure there are other people here who can help you. They don't have to be flash, although I know some people like a very high quality of paper dart, and that's fine too. But if you write something on your bit of paper now, someone you would like to pray for, we're going to make them into paper aeroplanes. Then what we're going to do is during our last song, we're going to fly our paper aeroplanes across the church. And at the end, Yes, because of course there's no point making one without throwing it, is there? And at the end, I want you to pick up a paper aeroplane near you and pray for whatever is on your paper aeroplane. But I need you to promise you're going to pick one up because I don't want to be praying for 100 people at the end, okay? I mean, I've got time, but probably not that much time. So, if you can write your prayers right now, right. And then we will have some paper aeroplane prayers in just a moment. Let's have a couple of minutes while we write our prayers. Help. If you need help, put your hands up, and somebody who knows how to make a plane, can you help, please? I'm only a very... Okay. What did you pray for? That's a lovely prayer. We can keep praying, can't we? Gosh, some of us haven't done this for years, have we? Does anyone need my very inexpert help making them? I'm a very basic plane maker. Oh, there's some fancy ones back there. I like the look of those. How are we going, team? When you've done them, just wave them at me so I can see them. Fab. Oh, I like the aerodynamics on that one. That's looking good. I'm feeling like I need to up my skills on this now. Some interesting techniques out there. Oh, the kids are nailing this. No pressure, adults. Now, kids, I'm hoping you'll come and help pick up and fly some of these aeroplanes for us because they're going to land and we're going to need them launching again. There's still a bit of folding going on. Definitely want to give time for everybody. There's a bit of assistance being offered, that's good. Oh, lovely. Looking good team over there. Right. Do we reckon we're ready there or thereabouts? Yeah, last minute folding going on. Some people have learnt some stuff today. Okay, I think we might be just about ready for our last song. Oh, premature throw. We just couldn't wait. Well, folks, shall we stand for our last song? It's Lord, the light of your love is shining. And we're ready, we're poised. Where's my music team or music? Brilliant. Shall we stand? We're going, we're ready.
on your kingly brightness, so our faces display your likeness, ever changing from glory to glory. Mirrored here, may our lives tell your story. Shine on me, shine on me, shine, Jesus, shine. Fill this land with the Father's glory. Blaze, Spirit, blaze. Set our hearts on fire. Flow with the flow. Flood the nations with grace and mercy. Send forth your word, Lord, and let there be light.
You to grab one, okay? Anna, could you maybe help pick up a few, hand them out? That would be lovely. Somebody couldn't resist a last throw there. You know, it's so important that we're able to have fun together as a community, isn't it? Have you got one? I've got mine to go away and pray. So if you grab one, and that's the prayer you're taking home with you today. Somebody's prayers for people in this place. If you need one, pop your hand up and we'll bring one to you. Fantastic. And you know what? Do take a seat, sorry. Do take a seat. Isn't it great that we can share prayers with each other in a fun way? God loved having fun. Jesus loved going to parties. He spent time with his friends, and we can do the same. And so God hears our prayers, and he is with us. What was our memory verse? 3, 2, 1. The Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1, verse 9. So if that's all you take away from this service, then I hope that will be of great encouragement to you in these coming days. But I also hope you will take prayers with you. Take these prayers, hold them in your heart, hold them before God for all of the things on the heart of our community here at St. Anne's. And if you are a kid, I have one final gift for you at the door. And so do come and see me, because I'm so sorry. I don't have enough to go round. But what I've got some shoelaces, and we very carefully printed onto them, with the help of a friend of mine, the Lord is with you wherever you go. So you can pop them in your shoes, kids, if you'd like, a pair of laces, and that will remind you that God is going with you wherever you wear those sneakers or trainers. So do come and see me at the door, but I had to hand iron them, so you'll understand why there's not one for everyone. There we go. So what there is for everyone else, though, is a bag tag. So you pick up a bag tag at the door, tie it onto your bag, pop it in your handbag, into a pocket, and have an encouraging word from someone else in this congregation. On one side, it says, the Lord is with you, and on the other side, you've got that encouraging word or prayer. Do you know, it's been a joy being with you today. It's been lovely to have the opportunity to come out and see St. Anne's with Emmanuel. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, because I don't always get to come out and about. And so I want to pray a blessing on you as we close today. May God bless you and keep you. May the light of his presence shine upon you. May he be gracious unto you. Amen. And the Lord is with you. Wherever you go. Bless you, folks.